Hey guys, and welcome to my GTA Online video. And in this video I'm going to be grinding to 100 million, and this is going to be me getting 100 million. It's taken me about 2 years of grinding, or a bit over 2 years. My character was created in September of 2017, and I do have a lot of supercars and properties, and I've spent a lot of money, but this is the first time I'm going to have 100 million in my bank, and I'm going to be doing that by selling a car. So I'm going to go ahead and source a vehicle and get a top range, and I'm going to be selling that, and it's going to push me over the 100 million mark. I'm pretty close to 100 million at this point, but not quite there. 75,000 in hand and 99 million. Sorry, 735,000 in hand, 999,190,000 in the bank. Now there are like a lot of good grinders on GTA 5 online, but there's also a lot of griefers and other players that are quite toxic and will try and blow up your shipments. Just the other day I was selling a bunker, a shipment, because it was double money, and luckily I was at the end of my monster truck sale, and a player just made a straight beeline for me as soon as they entered the lobby in a Mark II oppressor. And then after you've finished that, and someone's locking onto me, after you've finished that bunker sale where you sell in the monster trucks, you will spawn again in a motorcycle. So I basically got off the motorcycle and I opened up my phone in the game and went to continue Lester's heist, and that teleported me to my apartment because this guy was firing rockets at me. And I find it hilarious when people, call you names and stuff for doing that trick to teleport to your apartment to safety, and it's like, well, you're just attacking me for no reason, like a player that I'd never met before. I could understand if it was some player that you've had, beef with at a prior situation, but when it's just a random, then I have no qualms about, finding a new session, or changing lobbies, or continuing a heist quickly out of my phone so that I'm not around them anymore if they've got the drop on me because I'm vulnerable doing a sale. I've got no qualms about that because it's just it's really a sleazy sort of dog sort of tactic to do in this game. Fair enough if you want to go and try and kill someone and they're not doing a sale, but if someone's doing a sale, it's pretty grimy to go and try and blow up their sale, because it's usually the people who have glitched money. They might have like $100 billion or something, so the game is just boring to them. They've in effect ruined the game for themselves by cheating, so the only entertainment they can get is by trying to ruin someone else's experience. But yeah, like if someone comes at me when I'm not doing a sale and tries to kill me, that doesn't really bother me. They can try, and usually I'm able to kill them unless they're someone who only plays this game for the PvP. Then I'll probably not stay and fight them and know when to pick your battles. But yeah, when it's just someone coming to blow you up just for the sake of it, because you're in a position where you can't really defend yourself, and they have a drop on you and you're doing a sale and you've just spent how many hours building up your bunker or building up your nightclub or whatever it is, and then to have someone just blow it up for $2,000, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, really don't condone that stuff. And the only time I would blow up someone else's shipment is if they've either killed me for no reason or blown up my shipment. So yeah. And here we are coming to pick up the Mamba. So it's been a long time coming, getting to 100 mil. I have played this game for a while, and the cost of just buying everything, like the nightclub, the arcade, the bunker, the casino, warehouses, I have something like 30 supercars, all the weaponized vehicle, all the aircraft. I don't actually have all the weaponized vehicles, but I have all the weaponized vehicles I want, which is a lot of them. Like I don't have the half track, for instance, or the Rhino tank, but you know, I have the Kunjali, the Chernobog, the oppressors, which I don't really like to use other than for transportation, as you can see from this clip. You know, I have the Hydra, the laser, Molotov, Pyro. All those things add up a lot. I've customized all my properties to probably some of the most expensive customizations. Also, my office isn't Maze Bank, it's Arcadius, simply because Maze Bank is quite high up, and when you want to land your chopper at your office, if you're at Maze Bank, you have to go to quite a high elevation. So I prefer Arcadius because I don't have to climb as high altitude in the chopper than I do than I would have to do if I had the Maze Bank office. So yeah, but I mean, some people prefer the Maze Bank because it's the most expensive one. So yeah, it's really up to personal preference. But yeah, this 100 mil is a big one for me. Soon I'll be 700 ranks, which is another one. I believe once you get to rank 750, then a gold globe appears behind your rank. So it goes blue, and then once you get to 500 it goes silver, and then 750 is gold. So that'll be another one to watch out for. When I get to 750 I'll have hit that other milestone. So yeah, I guess you can ask grinders, okay, why do you grind? Like, surely you have enough money in the game. But it's just so that you can buy what you want to buy, and then it gets to a point where, you know, you think you have enough money, and then you just think, okay, well, I don't want to spend all of it and get rid of all of it, so what I'll do is I'll keep it above this amount and I won't dip below that. So if I want to buy something, I'll just grind a little bit and then pay for it, and I'll still have the money that I had. And you should always watch out for sales as well. So that's sort of the mentality I had playing this game. But the thing with that is when you get to ridiculous amounts of money, then you kind of can't really see the point in it, I suppose, and it's more just you're playing either for fun or you're addicted to the game. So either of those things, or you're just pushing the limit and trying to see how far you can take the game, I guess, as some people do with KD warriors do, trying to get their KD higher. I believe the highest KD I've ever seen is 30 something, but I think that was a boosted KD. The highest legitimate KD I've seen with someone claiming it to be legitimate is about 16, but the highest legitimate that I know for sure is a legitimate is 8 point something, and that is just someone who just plays the game to kill other people, you know, which is if that's what they want to do, then I'm okay with that. The only thing I'm not okay with is blowing up people's shipments, unprovoked attacks on someone's shipments for no reason. But it's part of the game, and it would be boring if no one couldn't blow up your shipments, in a way. you wouldn't get that rush of selling in a big lobby or whatever. And it is always funny to get away. I believe one time an oppressor was chasing me and I was in a dune buggy doing a gun running cell, and they can't actually lock onto you, but he was free aiming missiles at me, and I was trying to swerve and dodge them, and I was dodging them and kept going and going, and then eventually one of them hit and it killed me, but it didn't blow up my shipment. And as soon as that happened, I just closed my application, and when I loaded back in, I still had supplies in my bunker. It just wasn't the full amount. It takes a bit off, like 10 or 20,000 or something, but yeah, I guess the point is that they didn't succeed in blowing up my shipment, and there is a bit of satisfaction knowing that they knew that they failed to do that, even though they were trying to. And I was in a dune buggy and they were in a Mark II oppressor. So there we go, I just delivered the Mamba and now we're going to sell it and get that 100 million. It did more damage than I would have liked to. So yeah, there is a lot of toxicity in most online games these days. I'm not going to say it's only GTA, there's definitely all online games have that toxicity, and it's a thing that dates back quite far, really, to the early 2000s when online games first started coming out. Far back in the day, in the 90s with gaming, there just wasn't really that sort of culture because you were always next to the person you were playing the game with, so... Now, the trick here is to just not hang up the phone with the assistant, because not hanging up the phone, the timer actually doesn't start for the global signal for a few seconds, so it's a trick to get you a few more seconds without the signal going off so other players can see you on the map that you're exporting a vehicle. And by that time I'm usually on the freeway, so that's just a handy little tip there. And so I'll be getting 150 commission for this, 150,000. And that last little I will be at 100 million. Because 750 plus 150, wait. No, I'm sure I make a million. What am I on? I'm on 99,150,000. Yeah. So then another 150,000 takes me to 300,000 plus the 700,000 gets me to 100 million. And so there, after 2.5 years, delivered, and now I officially have 100 million total, and we'll just go ahead and chuck it all into the bank so that it looks nice and pretty on the screen. Thankfully I was in a small lobby when doing the sale. Alright, so here we go, guys. I have finally got over 100 million in the bank. Alright guys, so thanks very much for watching. If you watched this whole thing, your support's much appreciated, and good luck out there with grinding, and I'll see you in another video. Cheers, peace out.